Rob Sesternino back once again to talk about the most interesting news stories of the week of November 29th, 2016 here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
Yes, that's right. Once again, for the final time in November 2016, News AF is back to talk about all sorts of crazy news stories that are actual and factual, no actual craptual news stories from us, no fake news, only the real news here with the News AF team. First, the man who has a Christmas tree full of beetles, the great Tyson Apostle. Tyson, how are you?
I'm good. I got a Christmas tree. The Christmas spirit is just like throbbing at our house.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Speaking of throbbing, how big is your Christmas tree?
It's about a 15-footer.
15-footer. Wow.
Yeah.
Is
We
that
got
to
tall
cover for
ceilings.
insecurities other places, Tyson?
Yeah, it's I was gonna buy a Corvette, but then I was like, I couldn't decide between a Corvette or a Camaro because they're both really fantastically cool cars.
Or a giant truck, right? Isn't that the other option?
Or a lifted truck.
So you went with a 15-foot Christmas tree.
So I went with a 15-foot Christmas tree, so everybody knows that I'm a real man.
That's right. All right. The other voice that you are hearing, the eye in the sky, Danny Bryson. Danny, how are you?
And my hands are not small. These are big hands. It's just the web camera makes them look small.
Well, if you hold them up closer, like I'm holding this right next to my face, and you can see how big my hands are.
Okay, mine are okay. They're small, but they've got a lot of meat on them. They're girthy.
Yeah, they're meaty.
Yeah,
they're girthy.
See, I've gone the opposite way. I have a 1-foot Christmas tree, so that just like next to it, I feel really huge in comparison. Right.
I thought it was because you don't care at all, because you're like, I have such a big wang that like I just need a 1-foot Christmas tree.
Well, that too. Also,
So
everybody knows that about me.
Yours would be a tree. Is it more like a Christmas branch?
Yeah, a bush, more like
bush, small bush.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, are you guys in the Christmas spirit? Have you already been, other than Tyson and his Christmas tree, are you festive already?
I've been having hot chocolate every night for the last 2 or 3 nights.
Wow.
Isn't that every night though, Danny?
Yeah, I thought you were always a hot chocolate guy.
Okay, yeah, I was on the hot chocolate thing for a while, and then I read how many calories I was consuming. It was basically like drinking liquid butter.
So, but now you've forgotten how many calories that is and started again?
Enough time has passed that I've completely gotten over the shock, like childbirth, you know? You don't have a child right away. You have to wait a couple months, I guess. And then you forget all the pain and suffering. So now I'm right back on my hot chocolate wagon.
You're back. What's the best hot chocolate, Danny?
Okay, well, I've talked to a man who was in the candy business for many years, and he said, according to a blind taste test, that the cheaper hot chocolate actually is tastier to people than the more expensive gourmet stuff. So like Stevens, which is a gourmet hot chocolate, isn't necessarily any better than like Swiss Miss or Nestle. So,
and what do? You put it with milk?
Milk always. Don't want to water it down with water. I like it strong. And then then I put in whipped cream. Yeah, on top.
On top, or you stir the whipped cream in?
No, I put it on top. So I'll probably be 300 pounds by January.
That's the perfect weight, right?
That's my wrestling weight.
What's your whipped cream? Ready Whip?
It's the stuff that comes out of the can.
Yeah, Ready Whip.
Okay.
So whatever that is. Yeah, it's delicious.
Then you can do some Whippets after that. Is that how you do Whippets?
I think my kid did the Whippets because I came into the kitchen and he had it in his mouth, which is disgusting, consuming a lot of whipped cream. So if there were Whippets to be had, he's already done that.
Yeah. And do you make it for your kids also?
No, dude.
No.
No. I do a lot for my kids, but making hot chocolate, not on that list.
Yeah, that's Danny's thing.
That's
Daddy's thing.
That's Daddy's thing.
The last time that we had any sort of, errors, or I guess, what would you call that? Like a Ready Whip type thing in the refrigerator. My kid didn't understand what it was, and my wife explained to him, "No, that's cream," and he said, "Oh, that's for Daddy's butt." Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
now the rest of the story. At what point did he hear about cream for your butt?
Right. Because the only cream that he knew about was diaper rash cream. So that's like, oh, that's for that. So every time he saw it, like, oh yeah, that's that's the cream for daddy's butt.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. All right. So let's start talking news.
And then wait.
Yes.
Have you used that cream on your butt?
No.
Do you get diaper rash often, Rob?
No. I don't get diaper rash, and also that I don't like any dairy
On your butt.
Right, really anywhere. You know, that's probably a little too kinky for me. That I feel like I'm not a one for really combining the foods and the sensual pleasures. I feel like it seems like a mess to me.
Yeah, it does seem messy and sticky and yucky, and yeah. I mean, maybe in a hotel you can experiment with that stuff where you don't have to clean up afterwards.
Maybe. I'm really not that fun. Okay, so let's talk about a holiday story. And this combines, of course, the holidays, which always is the most wonderful time of the year here at News AF. And then also pizza. So apparently Domino's is attempting something new where they have a new way you can get your pizza delivered to you. And this is on a sleigh pulled by reindeer. Danny, could you elaborate how this is going to work?
Each reindeer-powered sled will be equipped with the company's GPS driver tracker, a system which allows customers to watch the delivery people in real time as they make the deliveries using the reindeer.
Right. This isn't real. Right, Danny?
Yeah.
This is a gimmick. This is something that may happen once, which I guess classifies it as real if it happened once, right? But it's not something I see going. I mean, come on.
This is certainly actual craptual.
Yes. Now,
how many places in Japan will have enough snow to deliver by sleigh that don't have the roads cleared? How many reindeer do they have access to? And how many delivery boys know how to rein in a reindeer?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I'm going to get this job because obviously I've been a reindeer wrangler for most of my life. I did an internship in Canada. No.
Yes. So this is taking place in Japan, so don't get excited here in the U.S. that you'll be able to do that. And it's part of a nationwide effort, in part, to combat the issue of delivering pizza in the freezing cold and connect to the Christmas theme. So I guess, is there a problem where the snow is preventing people from getting their Domino's pizza in Japan?
That's the thing. Maybe there's a place like that in Japan. I don't know. In Sweden, there's the places where you have to drive your snowmobile all winter because that's the only mode of transportation. So I could see that. Like my dad went to Sweden once and did some skiing, and he said there was a McDonald's that had a drive-through, but it was only accessible by snow vehicle.
You know, I could see this working if people were riding the reindeer. I don't know if reindeer are rider compatible. But if you were like,
they're getting these like 14-year-old Japanese kids who are working their way through college,
holding onto the horns, steering by horn through the streets of Japan with the pizza in a backpack.
Yeah, no, logistically, I mean, as a logistician or however you would say that,
sure.
Yeah, just use that.
This can't work.
Now, Danny, forgive my naivete, but I did not know that Christmas was such a big deal in Japan.
Yeah, that's also another very good point, dude. I think the Japanese love adopting, and I'm sure there's someone in Japan who can correct me if I'm wrong, Western kind of cultural ideas and holidays. Who doesn't love a good holiday? You know, is it
celebrated religiously?
No,
are there a lot of Christians in Japan?
No,
is it celebrated religiously here?
Well, that's another good point.
No, I don't think it's religious at all. I think it's just people adopted the best parts of Christmas without the long talks,
the worst
and
parts,
the history lessons, and they've just gone straight to the good stuff like reindeer pizza. They've leapfrogged thousands of years of tradition and just globbed onto the reindeer pizza.
Yeah.
Is Domino's pizza a big deal in Japan?
But I don't know. We need a Japanese correspondent.
Yeah, all Western fairs have some type of draw to them.
Yeah, we really do need a Japanese correspondent because I feel like that really probably about 20% of the stories we do on the story is here's something that's happening in Japan.
And we don't understand it. It could be a completely different planet because we do not understand, like this type of a story, or the hamburgers with the black buns, or the Kentucky Fried Chicken nail polish. Why is that always taking place in places like Japan?
They get all the good stuff first.
I've flown over Japan once.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, it was a lot of lights. I looked down and saw a lot of lights, dude.
Yeah, what kind of cultural knowledge did you just sop up, as you flew over?
They seem almost just like us. I don't know if there was
have electricity, that much.
Yeah, they had electricity, and then I landed in Shanghai.
Yeah,
when Danny was living there.
Could you spot any of Domino's pizza while you were flying over?
I didn't see a single Domino's pizza, but I wasn't paying that close of attention. I wish I could go back now and see if I could see a Domino's pizza.
Does it take binoculars on your next flight?
Okay.
Does it cost more to get a pizza delivered by Reindeer? I don't know how this is necessarily cost efficient where you're getting a $10 Domino's pizza delivered by 8 tiny reindeer.
Oh, there's multiple reindeers delivering? I thought it was just one day.
Oh, it's just one reindeer?
No, there's multiple reindeers in the video. I think that all these reindeer in the video, they've died because they've been taken out of their natural habitat. What are the odds that are all still alive? They've probably been turned into Domino pizza.
Japan doesn't have I don't think that's a species that lives there naturally, right?
Not indigenous, no.
It's not indigenous.
No indigenous reindeer?
Mm-mm.
Just those snow monkeys that like to sit in the hot pots. That's the only indigenous species in Japan that I know.
Get those
of.
bad boys out slinging pizzas on the street.
Hey, I wouldn't mind a snow monkey pizza.
A snow monkey pizza. Baller, dude.
As long as the snow monkey didn't manhandle it.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's gonna manhandle it.
No, it has to come in a box that's monkey tamper proof.
A monkey proof? How are you gonna get monkeys to deliver a pizza in a monkey proof box?
Well, the box is monkey proof. The delivery system is not. They're like jumping building to building, and then the
monkeys aren't inside the monkey-proof box, Rob. The monkeys have a pizza that's in a monkey-proof box.
I'll tell you what. If Domino's could get a monkey over here to deliver my pizza, I think I'd be ordering Domino's pizza every day.
Yeah, until that monkey throws crap and masturbates all over you.
Well, I wouldn't let it in the house, but I mean that if you're telling me that
you're not going to let it in the house, but it's going to come into the house and probably masturbate all over your furniture.
It wouldn't be on a leash if the Domino's guy brought a monkey on a leash.
There's no Domino's guy in this scenario.
Tyson and I are not creating a scenario where there's a handler. This is a monkey with 100% freedom to do whatever he wants.
Well, within the bounds of his employment. Otherwise, he'll get fired.
His employment will be terminated. No more jacuzzis.
The monkey has autonomy and can basically do whatever he wants, and you expect him to deliver a pizza?
Well, we're rewarding him for delivering the pizzas.
Don't kill our fantasy with the cold water of reality, man.
Rob, have you ever seen Planet of the Apes?
Which one?
All of them.
Mark Wahlberg.
I've seen the Mark Wahlberg one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those monkeys
watch the Charlton Heston ones, all 3 of them, and then get back to me.
I also saw the one where James Franco is a scientist.
Okay, yeah. So monkeys. You don't think a monkey could? So you don't think a monkey could deliver a pizza by itself?
One of those really intelligent monkeys, could he deliver a pizza? I feel like that they would poison me. Like you don't want them too smart.
Yeah, you want them just dumb enough.
Like the Rupert bot.
I wonder if next year we'll see the same stunt, but with reindeer being lifted into the air by individual drones. That would be something.
Oh, wow. Imagine how loud that would be.
Well, they have those drones that can hold it one person. So why not just have a couple of those drones kind of up out of sight, carrying the reindeer to deliver Domino's pizza?
I mean, eventually the drones could put Santa out of business. I mean, what does he need all that aggravation for? They could just load up the drones.
Yeah.
Reindeer are going to be, out of the job too.
Yeah, we'll just turn all the reindeer into jerky.
Oh, so you're saying, Rob, forego the drone lifting the reindeer to lift the pizza, cut the middleman out, which is the reindeer, and just have direct pizza to drone contact.
Yes, I think that's fine.
Wow.
I think that's that's something they've considered. Pizza. They talked about the burrito delivery by drone. I'm sure that they've discussed pizza delivery by drone somewhere.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's out there. It'll happen. Hopefully by 2017.
I don't think drone delivery is going to happen.
Why not?
How can you say that, Tyson? Do you have some kind of magic globe that you can peer into the future with?
Imagine the drones zip-zopping all over this place, dude. There's not.
They'd have lanes.
They'd have lanes in the sky.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, there's no flying cars, so I mean, they could just be like, you just look out your window, and there'd be like a lane of drones, just like they'd have their path.
Okay, maybe. I just feel like there's too many variables. I mean, kids are going to be trying to throw footballs up into there.
No, they
Yeah.
go too high. They go too high.
Too high for an aerobie,
They'll have small lasers to.
or those little model rockets. Yeah, those little red lasers just be like, "Bzz," and then messes with their internals. There's so many things.
No.
I think that we're not going to see drone delivery for a long, long time.
No, I think it's happening.
Drones, I'm going to tell you right now, drones will become a part of everyday life for most people.
Within the
welcome
next
it.
how many?
I'll say
2 months.
within the next, wait, what, Rob?
2 months.
Yeah, post-Christmas. No, I think in 20 years, most people will have a drone on them.
20 years. I don't have that kind of time.
No, Rob, I'm talking about this will be spread out widely across the population. In 20 years, most people will have a drone of some kind attached to them.
In 20
Attached
years.
to 'em? 'Cause it's going to fly us places.
No, I'm talking about personal drones. I don't know what the point will be. Maybe just selfies, maybe relaying information, picking things up, keeping tabs on you. I don't know what the point is, but come on, drones. The only thing holding it back is you just need batteries that can last longer. The minute you solve the battery issue, you've got drones all the time, peeping everywhere, filming Tyson's,
X-ray vision.
Yeah, X-ray vision.
Exploits.
Well, why do I need a personal drone?
You don't know why you
Well,
need
you're
a
in
personal
California.
drone.
You're
Wait
going
for-
to get one first.
Yeah, wait for a company to tell you why I need a personal drone, and then you'll just nod your head and place the order.
Okay. All right.
After you
well,
drink the fluoride.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
chemtrails.
So
So
everybody.
as the heavy chemtrails start coming into California, and you realize that your water tastes more fluoride-y, and then they're like, "You need a drone to always watch you, so we can watch you." And you're like, "Oh, that makes sense. I'll get a couple of them."
Yeah. All right. I mean,
Yeah,
if
but
they're
drone pick up your
affordable.
pizza, Rob. It'll be your drone that goes and picks up the pizza.
Yeah. That'd be
And you
good.
can name it whatever you want. You know how you can do like raunchy names with Siri
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
your
and just be
droner.
like, yo, ass face, go get me a pizza. And it's like, yes, Master Rob. And then it will go and get you your pizza and come back. I'm going to have mine to be the character that Michael Caine plays on Batman,
Yeah. Alfred.
Alfred.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about another controversy, which is ongoing. We all recall the white and gold dress and the blue and black dress from way back when. Apparently, there are a pair of flip-flops that are out there which are causing the same firestorm. When the white and gold dress versus the blue and black dress really came to light in the summer of 2015, I mean, weren't we all so much more naive back then, Danny?
Yes.
Oh, I remember those days. Things are so simple. Life was just so easy. And now here I am faced again with these hard to make decisions. I mean, my life, as if my life isn't hard enough, I have to look at an online picture and decide what color things are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyson, what do you see in the sandals?
On my phone screen, I see gold and light blue.
Gold and light blue on your phone.
In your background right there, I see black and a darker blue.
Black. You see black and the darker blue?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I do too. There's a difference.
Interesting.
I mean, I see a pair of cheap flip-flops, but yeah, they're different colors depending on which picture I'm looking at.
Is it possible the makers of these flip-flops, the Havanas, did this just as a marketing
Homage.
campaign to
They knew
sell
exactly what
more
they were
flip-flops?
doing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
It's-
what could we do that's white and gold and then tell people it's black and blue?
Well, we could cover Tyson half in gold paste and just the rest of him normal.
Yeah. News AF.
Yeah.
We could do a News AF t-shirt.
Yeah, our T-shirt should be white and gold, and then tell people that I see black and blue. What do you see?
Yeah. Or we could do both. and then
And then
people
the
can order
internet-
the white and gold or the black and blue.
Right. They can go nuts and be like, wait, what is it?
Yeah.
You know, it's easier to. I'm glad people have these types of things to argue over because they're simple and easy. You know, rather than discussing political news or the situation in Syria, we could just look at sandals and have that to be our, point of contention.
Yes. I think that
Okay.
that's you're onto something, Danny.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
let's
because
just
this
hope
is
the
even more
internet keeps pumping this
infuriating.
out.
Because this is even more infuriating if you're really having an argument about it, because I know my eyes are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see that and I see the colors that I see, if we're just going off the picture behind you, that's black and blue.
Yeah.
There's
Stephanie in the Group AF Facebook group says, I really think that there's different edited pictures floating around. I've had the same pic side by side and the colors are different. Danny, do you think that people are playing with the color temperature and then reposting the pictures?
Oh,
Definitely.
Come on.
Why?
Because that's what people do. They troll other people. Our president-elect is the lead troll, and it just spreads out from
he has
there.
not even commented on these sandals,
Which is
Danny.
amazing that he's had the restraint not to comment on these. But what I'm saying is
he hasn't put his full forces behind this.
Mm-hmm.
people love trolling other people, and so nothing would make a lot of people happier than to tweak the picture slightly.
Well,
And
we're not going to get political here, Danny. I don't care what the white and gold nationalists have to say about this.
I just think that, we should, like Tyson said, we should come up with something like this. The dress, the flip-flops, and there's been a couple other pictures. Why don't we capitalize on it?
Yeah, I
Tyson
think this
can work
is a good
Photoshop.
point. So t-shirt, white and gold t-shirt, and we tell people that it's blue and black.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it will really be white and gold. Like there's no disputing it. But we'll just say that some people see blue and black. Just to see if you can go crazy.
Are we setting our sights too small with a t-shirt? Should we be thinking bigger?
Tyson,
Like a building,
Building? Yeah.
a skyscraper,
Car?
reindeer.
a car,
Drone? Yeah.
a drone. There's a lot. We could do a full thing, but I was just also thinking from a marketing standpoint how we can sell some merch.
Merch. Yeah. That's
It's all about
to
the
be
merch.
thinking. We should be, trying to come up with some things. All right. So if we can come up with a t, maybe start small with a t-shirt, white and gold t-shirt.
Yeah.
No.
And
Remember, we're going to make it one color. It's definitely going to be one color. But what we're going to tell people is that it's a different color.
it's the other color.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on board. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just want to make
but
sure
let's
it's
not
clear.
tell the people buying it, or the people buying it can be in on it too, and then they'll be like, they'll always wear it with what blue and gold would have matched with, and or whatever the two colors are, and they'll be like, your shirt doesn't match what you're wearing right now, and they're like, yeah, it does. It's gold.
I'm
I'm like,
flashing
no,
colors.
no, and there we go.
Mhm.
All right. Well, let's talk about a holiday issue going on. Amazon.com, in addition to their many Cyber Monday deals, also has been selling a new flavor of candy canes that are available. Pickle candy canes. Tyson, are you in or out on pickle candy canes?
This is not the first time I've seen a dessert treat be pickle flavored. This summer, I went to a snow cone shack and they had pickle flavor snow cone syrup.
Gross.
I didn't have the courage or the gumption to taste it.
Dude, not enough gumption. That's
Yeah.
also a serious problem with kids these days. They don't have a firm handshake and they don't have nearly enough gumption.
They don't have the gumption they need.
How do you measure for gumption?
I don't even know what gumption is,
I
but
think
I just
they
thought
give you a pickle candy cane and see
it
if
a
they can
blood
handle it.
taste?
see if they can have you taste it.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I they said the snow cone place said they're very refreshing, surprisingly, and I was like, well, is it sweet pickle, like sweet dill, or is it like dill flavored? And they couldn't really give me an answer because they were like, well, it tastes like a dill pickle, but it's sweet. And I was like, oh, so like a sweet relish style. And they're like, no, not like that. So we need somebody to buy and taste these, but not me.
These are
Yeah.
insanely expensive. $14 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candy canes.
Yeah.
$2 a candy cane,
Holy crap.
$2.50 a candy
Yeah.
cane.
I'm looking at the reviews.
Not
So
great reviews.
yeah, that really the ones I'm looking at, the 3.8 ounce fancy pickle flavored candy canes. The most critical review, the top critical review says, I assume the only reason you would buy these is as a novelty or for someone who really likes pickles. Unfortunately, they taste like normal candy canes, maybe with a tiny, tiny hint of pickle flavor. I say maybe because I was trying so hard to taste anything resembling pickle that I might have imagined it. That Danny, is this a good thing or a bad thing that they don't really taste like pickles?
The placebo effect. Everybody, the guy thought he had a pickle in his mouth. He was just imagining a pickle inside his mouth, and it eventually came true.
Yeah,
the guy's got a mind-blowing thing. Maybe all candy canes are flavored exactly the same with no flavoring, but because of the color on them and what flavor they've told us they are, oh my God, we're in a matrix right now.
Yeah.
Okay. But just goop. But this coffee is goop. This water is just goop. Everything's just goop.
No. Hold on. That everything is just goop at your house because that's where Rachel bought it from.
Literally, your wife buys just goop.
Yes.
By the way, the wasabi candy canes has a better rating and is cheaper.
Oh.
And there's a bacon candy cane. I'm looking at gravy candy cane. Lots of other choices.
Candy cane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could have a whole meal without ever having to eat anything but candy.
Yeah, you could put the pickle and the gravy candy cane with the bacon in your mouth at once and basically have Christmas dinner right then and there.
All right.
Oh, wow.
I think I've got the $1 million idea. Okay.
Let's hear it.
Candy cane flavored pickle.
Oh, guys, I just came up with the idea.
Oh, my God.
Candy cane. How about a blue and gold candy cane? That's
blue and gold candy. Is the candy blue? No, well, blue and gold or white and gold candy?
White and gold candy cane. Tyson flavor.
Blue and black.
We'll capture Tyson's musk and put it in a white and gold candy cane.
Okay, white and gold candy cane. What does it taste like?
Like Tyson's musk.
Tastes like black and blue, though.
Yeah, it tastes black and blue.
How about as you suck it, it turns black and blue?
Interesting.
Throw that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Color changer.
It's a color changer, or do we want to have it be a color changer, or do we want to have it just be white and gold?
Well,
and
we want people to be like, as I ate it, it transformed before my eyes. Yeah, my eyes grew accustomed to the color mix up, and it became black and blue.
It's a Christmas miracle.
And they say, does it taste black and blue, or does it taste white and gold?
Tastes like Tyson.
Tastes like
That's
Tyson.
the thing. That's the thing people don't know. It tastes both white and gold and black and blue depending on your taste buds.
Okay. I think that we're onto something. I think that we need like a candy maker also in the mix.
Yeah, Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka type person to be.
Oh, I've got
Johnny
bad news,
Depp.
guys.
Yes.
He's passed away.
But we can get Johnny Depp, the next best thing.
He's like half the man.
Danny, didn't you say that you talked to a candy maker about hot chocolate?
He's out of the game, guys.
He's out of the game.
He's out of the game. He sold his candy factory a couple years ago.
Retired on pickle candy cane money.
Dude, he built a kingdom on sugar. Sugar kingdom.
Wow.
Yeah, but he could have gotten us the white and gold candy cane.
Yeah.
And
All
now he's out of the game. Well, I don't want to taste the pickle candy canes, but that's also disappointing that they're so heavily sweetened that you can barely taste the pickle.
All right. Well, we have to talk about something serious now at this point. I'm glad that this story has been brought to our attention. And this was sent to us by Kellyanne, one of our listeners, about the great country of Sweden, home of Danny's Swiss Miss hot chocolate, has set up a
allegedly.
Why? What's going on? You say that actual craptual Tyson?
Switzerland.
Oh,
Swiss is for Switzerland.
Damn it.
Sweden is Swede.
Home of the
Swede
pickle
miss.
flavored Swedish fish.
Yeah, Swedish.
They have set up a hotline where people are able to specifically call in and report instances of mansplaining.
Rob, what is mansplaining?
Danny, let me put it this way, okay?
So when a man loves a woman.
Yes. Mansplaining for the uninitiated is when a man has to explain something to a woman who may or may not need the explaining. She may perfectly understand what's happening, but a man feels compelled to explain it because he is a man.
Okay.
Did I have that right?
Yeah, I think so. I do that to lots of people, regardless of the gender.
Yeah, you tell that to everybody.
Isn't that just asshole splaining?
Yeah, it is asshole splaining. I do it to anybody who doesn't understand something simple.
Yeah.
I'll just like go through all the way from start to finish, even though after like 3 words, they're like, yeah, I understand. Like, well, let me finish this 10-minute explanation.
Mm-hmm.
You hate me, you hate me, or you hate them for not understanding initially?
No, it's something that bothers me is when they ask me the question before they launch into their super long description, and I say, yes, I understand, and then they do it anyway.
Oh, but it's when they don't understand. It's when it's
I know,
like,
but when but you said that when they understand, but you still explain anyway.
No,
that's like
they don't understand at first.
Okay.
And then I explain, and then they understand like a few words into it.
No, I understand now.
Yeah, and then I'm like, nope, I'm finishing this because you should have understood before we got into it.
Yeah, I hate that.
But I think
that we should have some kind of.
I think mansplaining, they don't communicate whether the person understands or not, and in this case, whether the woman understands or not, and they always jump into a simple explanation of something so simple that nobody needs an explanation for.
See, I just think I'm so horrible at explaining. A lot of the times when I'm in the middle of explaining something, I just want to stop because I don't even know what's going on anymore.
So here's what I need a man to explain to me. So what happens when I call the mansplaining hotline? Like what assistance do they provide? So Tyson, could you hypothetically, could we just figure this? So you be the person that's working on the mansplaining hotline.
Okay.
Okay. I'll be the caller and Danny is mansplaining me.
Okay.
All right. Hey, all right, Danny, I get it. All right.
Yeah, well, it's just that I don't think you do. And what happens is it's really white and gold, but what it is it's an illusion brought about.
Well, I understand. Some people see it differently.
Well, if there's someone you can call to complain about me, just do it.
Hello.
Oh, hi. This is the mansplaining hotline in Sweden. Can I help you?
Yes, I have an issue. I need to report a mansplaining.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to call this number that you've already called.
Yes.
And then you're going to register your complaint with me, who is on the other end of the phone that you're talking on right now.
Okay.
And then I'm going to catalog that and talk you through everything.
Okay, good.
And then we'll be done. That's as far as it goes.
And then what do I do? And then he stops?
Well, he probably won't stop. But
is the guy on the phone? Is it a guy mansplaining to the caller?
Yeah, can you explain to me how this works? Sir?
It can't be. There can't be men. I've got to look into this right
now. I read the article and it said there's like 500 men and 500 women or something like that. There's like a half, and they're experts in the field of mansplaining. Yeah, I don't know how this works. I don't know if it sounds like they're just cataloging the number of mansplaining
to like really
really getting a hold of the problem.
Yeah. Did they give the number in the article? This is from the New York Times. I don't know. Do they speak Swedish on the phone? I don't know if they speak English.
Swedes speak perfect English, so I think we'd be good.
I think it'd be okay.
Okay. Maybe we can get to the bottom of this because I don't know necessarily. I understand they're raising awareness, but I don't know. You just like, is it just like talking through? Is it just like a person to talk to? Like, boy, this guy keeps mansplaining me.
Yeah, and maybe they're trying to get a handle on how often it happens, and maybe they're also trying to talk these. I guess it's all women that are calling in. Is that what the article says? Maybe they're talking these women through like how to deal with people who are mansplaining to them.
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, okay, maybe just tell them to stop. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not an idiot. You're the idiot.
Yeah. Is there no man on mansplaining?
There is man on mansplaining.
Two men can mansplain together.
Yeah. There is
Mhm.
It's a
definitely
vicious
men on
mansplaining loop.
Yeah.
But I think that's not the issue that they're tackling right now, because I definitely have mansplained to men before,
yes. I can
and
see
I
you
do it on purpose. It's so irritating, but it's always for something so stupid like describing a basketball.
Yes.
And it's like, well, you've seen a basketball. Yes, I've seen one. Okay, well, now I'm going to go into this super elaborate, lengthy discussion of what a basketball is because you asked me about it.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see exactly if we get some more information on the hotline.
Yeah,
It'd be great if you could call.
Yeah.
And
They didn't
see
give
if
us
we
the
can
number.
either get them to mansplain us or we mansplain them.
Yeah.
Just do
let's see.
something ironic.
Mansplaining hotline. Yeah. We got to get to the bottom of this. That it doesn't seem like anybody has the contact info for the mansplaining hotline.
I'd also like
We
to
need
hear
someone in
people's. I'd also like to hear people's real, like, life stories of mansplaining, like an example of it, because I can picture in my mind when somebody is like so naive to something that they shouldn't be, and I've been kind of like a dick about it, but I can't necessarily like pick an instance.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
wife accused me of it just the other night.
Okay, let's
And
hear it.
I don't remember the details of the conversation, but I do know that in essence, I was being a complete jerk.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you're being a jerk when you're talking to somebody, you're probably mansplaining.
But here's the thing. The irritant is first they lay it out for you. They're like, well, how does a lawnmower work or something? Or why do we need to mow our grass or something like that? I don't know. And then you're like, oh, okay. Like it's a broad general question about something simple.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's when I will go into mansplaining.
Well, look, we need a professional. We need to get a hold of Sweden. Is there just one phone number for all of Sweden?
Yeah.
We need to call that number. And I think we need to get
and
a
we also
professional
need to talk to a
explain this.
mansplaining professional.
Yeah.
We also need to talk to somebody who's a professional mansplainer.
Yeah, I just don't
which
know.
I'm assuming they're both.
Yeah, I don't know what happens then when you like if you call it in, if you call in a mansplaining, even if it's in the workplace, do they contact your boss and then tell him that he was like, do you get is that going to make him mad?
No, I think they're just trying to address the issue somehow, but I don't
Is
know.
this just counseling, or are they like
Yeah,
trying
it's
to
probably more
police the
counseling.
mansplaining?
Yeah, I
You
think
wanna
it's more
complain about
counseling.
the guy
Yeah.
mansplained all over you. You need to go talk to somebody.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's essentially like a book club, but it happens over the phone with a professional instead of like a bunch of angry women who haven't had luck
Who suffered
dating
from
men.
mansplaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, suffered from heavily mansplaining, and then yeah, I know when Rachel used to go to book club, she'd come back angry at me all the time.
Yeah,
It wasn't
that worked out.
before, and then she'd go up and be like, you know what? My friends that are none of them are married and they're all 40. Yeah,
They told me you're a piece
bad
of
husband.
garbage.
You're a piece of garbage. I'm like, whoa. You can't go to book club anymore if this is going to happen. Or you can, but you got to go with different people.
Right.
Yeah, all you
don't
have to
come back
say
from
is-
hanging out with your friends with new opinions of Rachel, right?
No, because because Rachel gets to hang out with my friends and anybody's welcome there. But for book club, it's like it's exclusive to females only that are, and most of them have to have been slighted by 10 or more men within the last 2 years.
2 years.
And all you have to say is, I may be a piece of garbage, but I'm your piece of garbage.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Danny, what's worse, mansplaining or manspreading?
Okay, I think manspreading.
Yes.
Because that
Is there a
involves someone
hotline
actually
for that?
touching me. Like a mansplaining, he's touching me inappropriately with his mind, but I can deal with that. The manspreading, he's actually has contact with my leg.
Mhm.
Wait, what's a man spread?
It's on the subway when the guy sits down and airs out his crotch, like he
Oh,
spreads
right
his
there
legs
in
to
the picture?
maximum width.
Yes,
No.
because it takes up too much space.
Oh, so he sits there and he spreads his legs super wide.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tyson, imagine yourself sitting in the subway and getting comfortable. There, you've done it. You just manspread it all over.
Manspreading.
Yeah, you've just
I
done
feel
it.
like that should be more of a hotline
And
Yeah.
you can't. Why is man spreading bad?
because it takes up too many seats.
Yeah, you're taking
But
up
what
way
if
too much
there's no
space.
seats? What if that's not an issue in the moment? Like what if
Still,
you're on the subway at like 11 a.m.?
no, it's a bad habit.
It's a bad habit. I always sit with my legs crossed, but I have them crossed like a
that's
female
nice.
where my balls get squished, but I don't care.
Yeah, well, that's because you're polite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had to train myself to sit like that with my legs crossed like that.
The balls actually sit underneath the legs.
Act like a soft pillow that supports the leg weight.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see if there's any more updates on that in terms of the man spreading hotline coming up.
Can
All right.
you imagine how powerful man spreading while mansplaining would be?
Oh my
Well, I
God.
think that's typically the posture of the mansplainer is the man spread.
Yeah, he's like spread, so he's pointing his manhood at you while
Right.
he mansplays in the man spread position.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
gosh.
Call
dude,
that
those are-
in. Call that in if you see
You're
that.
showering them with your testosterone.
I mean, mansplaining is obviously, it's not just man to woman or even man to man, but it can be woman to man too. And I feel like the more of a mansplainer you are, probably the higher up the corporate ladder you go.
Yeah,
So you think
probably.
that there's womansplaining?
I think there's
That
womansplaining
doesn't
too.
sound as
I got to
good.
check the Urban Dictionary on this to see if that's a thing.
And I also think that, like, imagine like
They
the
just
CEOs.
they just say no. There's no womansplaining. They just say bitch.
No.
No, I'm serious. That's how you get mansplaining. But if a woman does that, she doesn't get the courtesy of a mansplaining like word. She's just called that.
She doesn't get womansplaining.
No, she
There
doesn't
is
get womansplaining.
womansplaining on Urban Dictionary, so I guess it is a thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, then why don't they talk about it in this article?
Well, there's no hotline. There's no
Maybe we should
hotline.
start
This is
one.
what we should do.
Tyson's
We should
got
call
a lot.
the hotline. We should call the hotline crying. One of us. And
Tyson,
being
why
like,
don't
I
you start the hotline from your
I
living
just
room?
got womansplained.
I don't think that's a good look.
To get womansplained or to cry?
That's good. Start the hotline.
No,
I don't want to start the hotline.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot
All
of
right.
work.
now I have nowhere to call. I already have your number, so it would have been convenient.
Yeah, you can call. You just change it from Tyson A to womansplaining hotline in the contacts.
That's easy
Yeah.
for me to do.
See, I have the opposite. I just ask my wife constantly, like, can you just explain why are you doing these things? Do you like it's just tell me, help me understand why are you being like this? And it's, I don't have time for you.
Oh, so you provoke the womansplaining to the
I
point
said,
where she
please,
gives
is there?
up.
Give me one good reason why you're doing any of these things right now. And she's like,
I don't
stop
think that
talking to me.
I don't think that these need new words. It's just people being jerks. Like it really is. It doesn't need to be called mansplaining or womansplaining. It's just people being jerks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You need to
because
create a whole new
why does it
category.
have to be? Why does it have to be confined to a gender?
Yeah, every gender, whatever it is, they're all just jerks if they talk down to you
Yeah.
like that.
No, but
Jerk hole.
Condescending a-holes.
But we don't want to trivial. There are mansplainers that are out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also womansplainers.
I just think we need a blanket term that covers everybody, and we already had that term, right?
Yeah,
But now
but
we
jerk
have
is
to
a
break it.
broad. Jerk is a broad thing. 'Cause
douches.
They're like, why are they
Douches.
being a jerk?
Okay, condescending.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
And it's not necessarily only by gender.
Yeah, it's
And
just
a douche
people
can
being
also,
people.
a douche can also be a womansplainer because when you tell me douche, I'm gonna think, okay, a guy with bedazzled bootcut jeans on, with pointy leather boot shoes, and an affliction style embroidered T-shirt, or an American Fighter, an embroidered style dress shirt, or an American Fighter T-shirt with a flat brimmed hat that's like a professional team, but like a fancy one, not like the standard like uniform one.
I love it when
Get
you
what I'm
describe
saying?
your stereotypes, Tyson. They're always just gold, solid plated
White and gold. Yeah.
Is that not correct though?
Oh, I can picture the individual you're describing.
Yeah.
And as he ages, he will eventually own a Corvette.
Yeah, he will. Oh, and he wears one of those giant, super giant Invicta watches because they look like a Breitling, but they're only like $150.
All right. Let's talk about
Where's
a.
Oakley's?
Let's talk about a story that's sent to us by one of our other listeners. Another Stephanie sent us a story about the people in Pennsylvania who were attempting to buy alcohol the day before Thanksgiving So many people were looking to get drunk before they spent time with their family that the credit card system at state-run liquor stores became overwhelmed and malfunctioned. And Pennsylvanians were only able to buy their alcohol for Thanksgiving with cash.
Yeah, I feel
Cash
bad for
is
them
king.
having to touch cash.
Here's the problem, dude. Only the rich and the poor carry cash. The in-betweeners, they're all about the cards.
Oh,
I saw something interesting, guys. It's not totally related to this story, but I was in Idaho and I was getting gas.
That is
Or no,
interesting.
Wyoming, and I was getting gas, and they had a drive-through liquor store.
yeah.
Yeah, Arizona has those too.
How does that make sense?
You have to show them your ID at the window.
Yeah, but they're buying. I guess they drive there unless they're, they've had so many DUIs they have to ride their bike. But it just seems like you're mixing car and
Well,
alcohol.
they still have the open
drive-through.
container law and stuff. I mean, if you go into if you drive to the liquor store to go in, you still have to get
Still
a mode of
works the
No,
same way.
I understand that. For me, it was just like that's kind of strange, right? You're never getting out of your car. You're buying alcohol.
Since you're a strong Mormon upbringing, dude, it's blowing your mind as soon as you get out of Utah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my show. I live in a bubble, Tyson. A bubble made out of scriptures. Anyway, back to this story. Sorry, guys. I feel really bad for all these people who had to listen to their in-laws without being intoxicated. I mean, this just sounds like a terrible thing.
Wait, so
for all
people
of
just
them.
gave up and left?
I'm
I
sure
guess
some
people
did.
that didn't have cash, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you had to go get cash and come back.
A lot of those liquor stores have ATMs, though, don't they?
Hmm.
I think a liquor store generally has a ATM.
I feel indignant when I have to go to an ATM. I'm like, what am I doing here? What choices in my life had led me to this ATM machine?
Well,
So
I've got a rock bottom story for you, Danny.
Ooh.
Oh wait, your rock bottom?
Yep. This is Tyson Apostle's rock bottom. I was in Reno gambling,
That already sounds good.
and my debit card only allows me to take $800 out a day at ATMs.
That's a responsible debit card.
I'd already done that, and I needed more cash.
Okay.
So you have an option on the machine, on the ATM machine, to use a credit card, but it's for a higher fee. And then you have to go to the teller window with this ticket that the machine prints off and give it to them. And it's a credit advance. And then they have to confirm it with you. Now, you're paying a higher fee and this is a credit advance. And you have to be like, yes. And in that moment, they assume that you're at rock bottom and you assume that they assume you're at rock bottom. So it's like a real, you are the lowest of the low.
And what do you do? You have to explain to them that you're not?
At rock bottom?
Yeah.
No, I think in a casino, you want everyone to think you're at rock bottom so nobody mugs you.
Oh.
So you're like, hey, guys, I just had to do a credit card advance over here to get some more cash to gamble with. So I am at rock bottom.
Mhm.
Please don't rob me. That
Please
would
don't
actually
rob me.
put me under the rocks.
And that was rock bottom, but I rebounded really quick because I ended up leaving the casino with about $1,800 from slot machines.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would still feel like rock bottom, just leaving a casino with or without money.
Really?
At what was it, 5 a.m? You went out and you were
No.
like, the sun's coming up.
No, because I
don't
went to
leave the
sleep and I had a
casino.
flight the next
Oh,
morning.
yeah. You go to your room, which is in the casino. There's
Yeah.
no
Right.
reason. You're right.
Yeah, you don't
Right.
go outside, especially in Reno or somewhere. You
It's a
don't.
rookie
There's
move,
no
man.
reason to go outside. Yeah, that's even more dangerous because there's security and stuff inside the casino, at least.
Right.
In
Go by the
Atlantic
pool.
City, that is even scarier because the second you have anybody knows you have any amount of cash on you, you just get a group of people following you around from a distance.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
speaking
I've been
of
in a lot of rock bottom situations over the last couple of years.
yes, I could imagine, and dealing with the reality TV people, we've seen it many times before. Speaking of people following you uncontrollably, this is a story sent to us by Catherine Margaret about a Chicago city councilman who went on a tirade against squirrels back in October, claiming they were eating through city trash cans. The man was recently hospitalized because a squirrel jumped in the way of his bike, causing him to crash. And the councilman described the squirrel as a suicide bomber getting revenge.
I've hit a squirrel with my bike.
And did other squirrels try to get you?
I had a feeling for a while when around the time I hit that squirrel that squirrels were all going mad.
Yeah, and Danny could also, I mean, he'd like look out his window in the morning and like squirrels would like duck back underneath the fence.
Yeah,
like, you know how like when you're staring at somebody and they catch you staring and they kind of like pretend like they're not. That's how squirrels were acting towards Danny.
Yeah, I had this feeling that squirrels were all going insane after I hit one with my bike because they just run out right in front. It's like they're handling mercury all the time. And they're slowly getting that Mad Hatter disease because they all seem to be suicidal.
Wow.
Yeah. So
is there something going on with the squirrels?
Is there? We need someone who studies squirrelology to get back to us on this. Because when I saw that picture, I actually thought, okay, that I could see how that would happen. The squirrel goes into the spokes and then you pull him through the fork, which is what it looked like he did. And so, I mean, come on. The guy had a serious head injury, and then he went on a squirrel rant.
This is what I'm betting happened. I bet he panicked and jammed his brakes on and went over the handlebars.
He's scared of them because we're afraid of what we don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, because a more talented rider would have just rolled over the squirrel and just realized that, you know, there's nothing you can do. But I bet in the moment he panicked and he wouldn't have crashed had he been a more talented bike handler.
I also think that they should strike the word squirrel from the record because that's probably the first time someone's brought up squirrels.
Yeah. I ran over a sage hen on my bike going like 55 miles an hour.
A stagehand?
A sage hen, which is like a grouse or a wild chicken type of deal.
Oh my God.
Did you go back and collect its corpse and turn it into a delicious stew?
I should have, dude. I spooked it and it flew out. I was on a road bike. It flew out, hit my foot where I was pedaling, and then fell down and I rolled over it with my back wheel.
Brutal.
And then I looked back at it and it was just like flopping on the ground. But because I was going so fast, I was already like a quarter mile away from it. And I was like, I would like to go put it out of its misery, but I have nothing on me but these spandex shorts pretty much.
Well, you'd already ridden far enough away where you're like, I'm not going to ride all the way back to run that over again and
back
again
uphill.
and again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I think the squirrels, I believe that if they're going through the trash, I believe that squirrels can be a pest, a nuisance. They're essentially the cousin of a rat, aren't they?
I believe so.
Distant cousin.
Cousin. Tyson, I know you watch so many different documentaries. What's the best thing about squirrels? Like, what are they doing that we need them?
That we need them?
Yeah. Are they planting acorns so that we have more oak trees? Is that like their primary function?
They probably do spread seeds. Yeah, I bet they spread seeds.
They're seed spreaders.
Yeah, and they also probably the acorns they eat when they poop somewhere. I bet that also can sprout a tree.
Yeah.
But that must be it because I think they do carry some diseases. They're cute and they usually leave people alone, but I know if you have like a wood pile in your backyard or something.
You're getting bolder.
Yeah.
Squirrels will get bold, dude.
All animals are getting bolder. The crows, the monkeys.
Yep.
They've been around humans long enough to know that they don't need to be intimidated by us. And they're starting.
They're not afraid.
They're not afraid.
They're not afraid.
How soon do you think before the squirrel splaining happens to man?
Pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, definitely not during the winter. They're not set up for that type of.
Good. Stephanie Bourgeois says that I'd much rather have squirrels than rats. Rats are all over my Chicago parking lot. They chewed through my boyfriend's car engine.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I totally agree with her, by the way. Squirrels over rats.
Nobody's saying rats over squirrels. I think everybody is that much rather squirrels than rats.
Squirrel is like a cuter, less invasive rat for the most part.
Could we get the squirrels to attack the rats like they attacked this city?
Turn on them. Civil War.
Yeah.
I have a rat story that Danny also knows.
Okay.
It's not like
Danny.
a Richard Gere type story, is it, Tyson?
Yeah, it's a Richard Gere story. And so then me and Danny had to go to the emergency room for Danny.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hold my hands,
No,
Tyson."
what's the
I was like,
real story?
the groomer at your
Oh, yes. Tyson, we had a snowcat, past tense. And I'm like, Tyson, why don't you clear some of the snow with this groomer?
So
And-
the snowcat is one of these big snow machines that like grooms the snow for like sledding or skiing and stuff. Have you seen one of those before, Rob?
They're at ski
No.
resort. They're
You
at
guys,
all over.
you guys are losing me. So there's a snowcat is a
Machine.
moves the snow around.
Yeah, it's a
Flattens
large
the snow
Yeah.
and makes
It's
it
a large
corduroy
heavy
pattern.
equipment. And
Yeah.
it has a plow on front, and on the back it has this device that grooms snow, like a ski resort.
Okay.
Like that, they're
We're
all
talking like
ski resorts.
$100,000 machine.
Okay.
So I said, Tyson, why don't you clear out some of the snow while I get some stuff started, some snowmobiles. So Tyson's driving the snowcat around, clearing the snow, and all of a sudden it bursts into flames. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And not Tyson's fault. A pack rat had made a nest right on top of the engine, and that's what caught fire. So we spent an hour trying to put it out, but it was a complete loss because the whole thing burned up.
Dude, have you ever seen metal melt and then glass just like pop from the heat? We were
No.
just watching this thing burn down, and it was just like the blackest, darkest smoke as we were shoveling snow.
We tried to put it out. We were
shoveling
heroes.
snow in it. We were heroes, dude, but that
We're
thing could have
heroes.
exploded on us.
Yeah.
Like we probably shouldn't have been that close to that machine that whole time, but we were. And we were out of range of calling, so we had to have one of our other friends that was just standing there watching drive into town to call the fire department.
But I will say this, even those rats are less offensive than the rats.
Yeah, a pack rat is kind of
She's
cute.
talking-
It looks like a
yeah.
little kangaroo.
Not like a city rat. Those city rats,
Yeah.
I mean, so I
Yuck.
would say it goes squirrel, pack rat, city rat.
Mm-hmm.
in
Where do
terms of-
beavers fall in? Because beavers are also a rodent.
They're better than squirrels.
Yeah,
So beavers are better than squirrels even.
Yeah. Nobody ever
Sure
has a
does.
problem with a beaver.
Well, that's not
That's
true. 'cause
wrong.
Beavers cause problems all the time. They're always chopping down trees onto roads, damming up water. They're
Yeah.
environmental.
Telephone
terrorists.
poles, they'll do it all.
Damn.
Yeah, you're not safe from
Okay.
nature. Just stay inside. That's
Stay
the
inside.
secret.
All
So
right.
it's squirrel. No, squirrel is the high. Let's start from the bottom. Bottom is sewer rat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For
Then
sure.
we got after sewer rat. Then we've got house mouse, right?
You're
And then
throwing
we-
me off because you're saying you're starting low, but your hand is high.
Oh, okay. Sewer rat,
Yes.
house mouse. I don't know what they're called, but the mice that are often in homes.
Rat
Then you
tattooing.
have, then you have the pack rat. Then you have the field mouse, or field mouse and house mouse the same. They just are found in different areas.
Hmm.
And then you have squirrel above that.
Yeah.
That's great. Put that on a placard and post that everywhere. We need
Yeah.
people
Okay.
to agree with
The
this.
Tyson chart of rodents.
Guys in charge of rodents.
All right.
Rodents' offensiveness.
What about chipmunk? What's better, a squirrel or a
best,
chipmunk?
The best. The best.
They're slightly better than a squirrel.
We got to talk about a class action lawsuit that's hit Chipotle this week. We've talked about Krispy Kreme has gotten into trouble over false advertising, but Chipotle customers in California are suing Chipotle for falsely advertising the number of calories in their burrito on the menu. The class action lawsuit claims that the chorizo burrito on the menu with cheese, rice, and beans and sour cream is over 1,100 calories as opposed to 300 calories listed on the image in the menu. Danny, do they have a case?
Have they been living in a cave? I mean,
don't
who doesn't know? First of all, chorizo. In my mind, chorizo is the least healthy of all meats. It's like this.
Because it's mostly fat.
Yeah. And then rice, beans. Have they never looked up any of these ingredients on their own? I mean,
But it
rice
said
alone.
only 300 calories.
Yeah. Well, it turned out 300 calories was for just the tortilla.
Hmm.
Here's the
I feel
thing.
like there's no case here because it's one of these. Oh, here we are again discussing a ridiculous lawsuit against a large chain.
No, I think there is. I think
tortilla is
there is.
actually a
I
lot
think
of
there is.
calories. Yeah.
because 300 and 1100 is a gross miscalculation and blatant false advertising. But here's the thing. Does anybody really know how many calories are in anything? It's just a guess.
It is a guess, but 300, if you were to show me these ingredients, I would never guess 300.
But that's the thing. Some people aren't educated and you have to mansplain it to them.
Maybe I don't want them calling the hotline, though, if I have to explain this to them.
Okay. So that's the one thing. If Danny explains this to us right now, none of us listeners will call the hotline on him.
Well, I can't promise that.
Look, okay. Chorizo burrito. I just don't know who's eating this and thinking that it's 300 calories. First, it's like a gigantic caloric bomb. It's like this big.
But aren't people supposed to read the facts, the numbers? If it says 300 on the board, how can you, don't we have to take Chipotle's word for it? Maybe it's like some sort of, they're doing something different with the rice or the beans.
I don't know what to say. I look at signs and instructions all the time, and you don't take a lot of them at face value.
No, then the whole system's broken down.
Well, the system is broken down. And this is just further evidence of that breakdown, Rob.
Okay. Yeah. So then shouldn't people be getting money for this?
Maybe refund them for the burrito.
Okay. And what about the pain and suffering of having to do all those extra crunches?
Well, the pain and suffering,
he exercise more.
He enjoyed all 1,100 calories. It was essential. It was like a scene from The Matrix where that girl eats that chocolate cake. That's what he experienced when he ate the 1,100 calories of chorizo burrito pleasure.
I know, but it tasted so good because you're saying, I can't believe 300 calories. This is too good to be true. This is great.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. 300 calories never tasted so good. I don't know. I don't think he's got a case, but I can see why you guys think he does. All right.
Danny, of course, there's so many other news stories that get left untalked about, unsaid, that there's so much to get into, Danny. And that's why every week we stop at Danny's Corner, a.k.a. Danny's
I want a new title. I want a new title.
What do you want to call it?
Well, I want to call it Backseat Browsing.
Backseat Browsing. Why?
Because yesterday I was on, my brother was on the computer, and I was trying to tell him where to go. And I thought backseat browsing is just as real as backseat driving. I was talking over his shoulder. I was telling him how to Google. I was mansplaining how to Google. I was doing man-on-man splaining on how to write a search term.
Well, let me get Tyson's take on this. Tyson, are you in favor of or against Danny changing the name of his segment from Danny's Corner, a.k.a. Danny's Bolt Hole?
Changing the name to what?
He wants to change the name to Backseat Browsing.
Because look,
Backseat Browsing.
It's so less harsh. Backseat Browsing is like, I'm Patrick Swayze and you're Demi Moore. Yeah. And I'm behind you, guiding your hand. You can feel the heat of my breath on the nape of your neck. It's just like this. It's a lot more gentle than like my bolt hole. My bolt hole's always in your face. I'm on the subway, man-spreading with my bolt hole in your face.
No, but I just made this new picture for your bolt hole.
Well, how did you capture my bolt hole? Oh, yeah,
I like it. Yeah, so if he's going to change that, that's the thing. That's a graphic that he's got to change.
Well, let's stick with the graphic for a while, but it's nice to have new ideas. So let's just consider backseat browsing.
Okay, let's ask the audience. We'll ask the audience what they prefer. Okay, but all right, so take us through your alleged backseat browsing, Danny.
Okay, first of all, guys, this has been everywhere, and it's right up our alley, Tyson's alley at least, and it's being called Cinder. Have you heard about it, Rob?
Cinder? No, what is that? A new dating site?
Oh, it is being created by the Catholic Church. They're launching an app that's being called Cinder, and it's a chance for people to maybe confess through the app. You know, maybe you can't get to confession, and so you can use the app to reach out, and you can also use it to find mass nearby. It helps you find the nearest opportunity for confession.
Yeah. Okay. So Cinder, I've done something bad and I go on Cinder and they match me up with a priest in my area so that I can go to confession.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
kind of how I see it too.
Okay.
What do you think? Will this make people more righteous?
I think that they should just have an app where I could just do confession on the app. Like I
you
hit the
could
button.
text.
Yeah.
The only thing that's going to make people more righteous is public shaming.
Okay. So you're in favor of public shaming.
Well, I just think that's do we need to keep people more righteous? Is that what our ultimate goal is?
I mean, so give me an example. Give me a pitch on this.
On the public shaming?
wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder
So
how many
let's
dick
say-
pics are going to be on this app.
Yeah. So public shaming. So what happens is you're like, hey, my neighbor's a real jerkwad. They keep their dog keeps pooping on my lawn. So then you're like, okay, well, get a picture of them while they're in the act of that, and then put their name and mailing address down, or something a little bit where they're like, I don't want that information out there. And that's
so what's the difference between Cinder and the mansplaining hotline?
Well, here you probably it's not you just use the app to find someone to confess to. You don't do it over the phone.
Okay.
So do you get to choose what denomination and everything, or is it just like, here's a guy?
No, it's the Catholic Church.
Oh, it's Catholic Church only.
They're the ones launching it.
Yeah, and I guess the difference between the mansplaining hotline and this, Tyson, is that what you're saying is that you want to call people, like you want it to be more like the hotline. You want to like narc on people, like basically snitch on people and then have that be publicly broadcast, where this is more you're telling on yourself. That's what confession is.
Yeah, it's really called the Catholic app, but it's being dubbed Cinder.
Cinder. Okay.
Yeah. So just download that if you want to be a better person.
Are you going to get it, Danny?
I already go to church kind of often, and so I probably don't need it as much.
Confess often?
Yeah, I've got nothing to confess, dude. I'm pretty straight arrow going. Yeah, I mean, you can confess to me if you want, and I could probably help you. I feel like I'm qualified. Now, the next story.
That'd be a good podcast if you had like, there was a priest and they had the podcast and it was like the confessional booth. And then people could come in and confess.
Oh.
And then you like it or no?
Yeah, I like it.
They used to have a radio show kind of like that, but it was
Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew, dude.
Yeah.
And as anonymous people would call in and talk about sex stuff, but this is just about sin confessions.
Yes,
Oh,
they come in. They call in.
Better show.
They call in and they just like give they say their sins and they're anonymous. You know, it's not
Danny,
like
or Rob and Danny.
Yes, I'm here too.
Let's get that certificate where we become a clergy, and then we can do this show
like Stephen Fishback has.
Yeah, exactly.
What, we just pay like $5 and take a test.
Yes.
Okay.
And we can absolve people of stuff.
Yes.
Well, that's a lot of power.
Why not? Why couldn't we? I mean, most religion is made up anyways.
Not all of them.
Allegedly, Tyson, as Rob loves to say.
Allegedly, Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson.
Yeah.
That's Rob's favorite word, allegedly. It always, when we're done with this podcast, I hear it in my head all day long. Okay, guys, allegedly, moving on to my next story. Let's put that idea in the idea bank.
Okay.
But I've got big news.
What is it?
They have uncovered one of the major sources behind the fake news.
Oh, well, who is it?
Dude, it's a nobody from Macedonia or Macedonia. Say it however you want. It's just a 16-year-old kid who is behind a lot of the fake news.
Hold on. There's one kid that's making fake news?
He's just one of the kids to come out and identify himself, but he works for a group that creates fake news. He said he personally is responsible for a lot of it, but that in his small town, he said kids are making up to $200,000 for producing fake news sites that are then shared on Facebook. This is the most exciting thing to come out of Macedonia since Alexander. I mean, when else have we heard about this country? And this 16-year-old kid is making the news right now.
Wow. That was my whole plan with the blog, dude. You just create these clickable stories that just go berserko.
Yeah, he said that he doesn't really care one way or another for, Donald Trump, but it's all about money and the fact that the kids in the town have tons of free time. So they're just pumping out fake news nonstop.
Boy, so how do we combat that? Do we need 16-year-old kids making real news sites? Should they fire everybody at like CNN.com and NBC or MSNBC?
Yes, they should have a long time
Should
ago.
they hire more 16-year-olds from Macedonia?
But that's how the government should be too. They need to hire these younger people. Maybe not 16-year-olds, but like 37-year-olds should be president.
37-year-olds. Are you campaigning again, Tyson?
No. I just feel like I'm the optimal age to be a United States president.
No, I think we need these 16-year-old kids. They've got the whole Facebook thing figured out. They cracked Facebook.
They did?
Yeah, they're getting all these hits on Facebook.
Yeah, that's the thing. We got to do this. It's too late. Once it's news like this, it's too late.
Okay.
Anyway, now we know all we have to do is to get rid of a lot of the fake news is just find the Ethernet cable going into Macedonia.
Cut it. Yeah.
It's just one Ethernet cable and it goes into a building. We just need to find that cable and cut it.
Yeah. Okay. Macedonia. That's where all this fake news is coming from.
All of it, though? Like all?
No. I said a large portion of it. Russia is responsible for a lot of it.
Yeah,
by the way, guys, moving on to my last article, fake news isn't the only problem. Amazon is now imposing limits on reviews because there's tons and tons of fake reviews. Amazon.
Yeah. Okay. Are they coming from Macedonia?
Well, they don't know. They're coming mostly from people who are paid reviewers.
Yeah. I've gotten offers to review products in exchange for that product. And they say they want an honest review, but if they're giving you a free product, then I feel like you're more inclined to give them a favorable review, right?
Well, I don't know about that, Tyson.
I don't think that's true. What they're talking about is people who are related to the company in some way or another going on and just writing reviews.
Yeah, that's why you need to take IP addresses into account, and you also need to take you need to take like you know how they verify and it's like a verified reviewer.
That's what they're doing. You can only submit 5 non-Amazon verified purchase reviews each week.
Yeah.
And by the way, who even looks at a non-Amazon verified purchase review? I don't trust those people.
Yeah.
Some dude in Albania with a ton of free time writing reviews.
The super long reviews that are like super long and in depth with pictures and everything. I'm like, this is a fake review. Who has the time and energy to write a full book on this product?
I've only done one review my entire life on Amazon, and it was fake.
You did a fake
part of
review.
the problem.
What did you do a fake review for?
On a paperclip.
Why?
I was bored at work. Me and a fellow work buddy did a review video on a paperclip.
I did a real.
Can we find that paperclip review video?
I was thinking just the other day, we did a video and we did a pen. I mean, we did a paperclip and a pen. I really don't even know where to find it.
See,
it was years ago. We're talking like at 2008, whatever.
Yeah,
so long ago.
And you just posted a review video on a paperclip.
So I'm confessing to you right now, Rob. I know you don't have the certificate yet, but I'm confessing to you and telling you that I did do a fake review.
Okay.
Do you absolve me of my sins?
Well, did you actually talk about the paperclip? Was it the right paperclip?
It wasn't even the right paperclip because paperclips are really hard to tell apart.
Did you talk bad about the paperclip and it was really good? Did you lie?
No, it was a good review.
Yeah.
By the way, I think you're doing a great job taking this confession. You're really getting to the heart of it.
Yeah.
Dude, I really think this is a podcast. We got to do this podcast, bro.
Okay. All right.
Can we do it if I get my license?
Yes, absolutely.
No.
Why not?
Well, we don't want to hear about people's problems.
We're not hearing about their problems. We're hearing about their sins.
Their sins, bro.
Okay. So when a guy comes to you with a Richard Gere problem,
yeah,
what are you going to say?
Why is that a sin, Danny?
Yeah.
What you do with a gerbil in the privacy of your own home is your own business.
If the gerbil gave consent.
Gerbil.
Yeah. Probably in the eyes of the church, it's a sin. I think that it's probably
depends on what church. That's the thing.
Well, Tyson, in your church, is it a sin?
If the gerbil was not inebriated and gave consent, then there is no sin there. But if you are harming the animal in any way, that's definitely a sin.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a pretty mainstream view, I think.
There you go.
All
You
right.
got to go mainstream views, bro.
Anyway,
right.
I'm shutting the door on my bolt hole. It's
All right,
closed.
bolt hole
So
is
no
closed.
more bolt holes forever.
I don't
Or
know.
until
I'll
next week.
bring it out. I'll break it out every now and then.
Every
Okay.
now and then.
Well,
Okay.
I want to tell you about my Amazon review
Yes.
Oh, yes.
for the DVD package, Survivor Blood versus Water season 27.
Okay.
I was the first person to review it. I gave it 5 stars, obviously. And I wrote,
Yes.
and it's the top review. Let's
Okay.
see how many times it's been voted up. 110 out of 110 people found this review helpful. And I wrote 5 stars, GOAT exclamation. Spoiler alert. I won this mofo.
I find that helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least you're being honest and upfront about
Yeah,
your conflict of
and-
interest.
I wrote that just because it somebody tweeted me the link like, hey, your DVD thing came out. So I reviewed it before anybody else did. And then somebody wrote me on Twitter and was like, is this really you? Please tell me that it is. I was like, yeah, that totally is. Please vote it up so that I can stay on the front page of that particular article.
Yeah.
And I have 110
Wait.
people have
That's the
voted me up.
review? That's it?
That's the review. Spoiler alert, I won this mofo.
That's all. Oh, that's
Yeah.
golden.
Now,
Yeah.
however, there is a top critical review of the Survivor Blood
Ooh.
versus Water DVD, Tyson, and you may not want to hear this. The top critical review is a 3-star review
Okay.
by an Amazon customer from April 9th of this year.
Is it
That
verified?
says it is not a verified review because I don't think they
Oh.
purchased it.
Okay. All right.
It's probably a paid one from a different season.
Yes. They say, great season, good cover. Only advice I would give is to switch Vetus with Monica. Vetus was an early jury boot who CBS doesn't like after Second Chance. Monica got second place and was a huge part of the season. Maybe worth a buy if that changes.
So they dropped it down 2 stars just for the picture alone.
Well, they didn't even buy it. Yeah, they looked at the cover and they said, hey, what's with this cover? I'm not buying it. If anybody, there was probably Jervis that really has an axe to grind.
Always
Either
judge a
Jervis or
DVD
Monica.
collection
So you
by its
think-
cover.
So you think Jervis or Monica probably wrote that review, or maybe Brad?
Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. I mean, I get it that Vetus came back for Second Chance, but probably, I think you probably want to have one of the people that got to the spoiler alert,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Tough to nitpick. Oh, I would maybe Candace. I think that probably I didn't realize that was Candace down in front. I think you probably, with all due respect to the great Candace Woodcock Cody, I think you got to bump her off the cover.
Yeah.
It's so hard out there to find the truth, guys. The news is lying to you. Amazon's
What, did
lying
some
to
kid in
you.
Macedonia make this cover?
It's possible that this is that 16-year-old writing that review.
That's possible. That's possible. All right.
It is possible.
All right. Great stuff. Of course, that if this free product that you've just enjoyed, if you'd like to leave us an honest review, you could do so at newsaf.news, right?
Yeah.
Do we have any, Tyson?
Yeah. Of course we do. We always have some. Do we not always have
Right.
some?
We always have some. You can subscribe newsaf.news. Also, send us your tips if you see NewsAF happening. Tips at newsaf.news is, of course, where you can send those information, or you can join our Facebook group that is called Group AF on Facebook. No
Yeah.
kids from Macedonia allowed.
No.
Well, what if he starts doing real news because that he's outed and he's like, now I'm going to do only.
Okay,
real
if he
news.
wants to
going
turn over a
legit.
new leaf and confess his sins to us, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we're fine with
because
that.
So are we going to all be registered clergy next year?
Well, you
week?
do it first and tell us how hard it is.
Okay.
And if it's
I will.
easy, then we can all do it.
Yeah. And then, dude,
Okay?
I can't even believe how smart we are. Because here's what's going to happen. We're going to start collecting tithes, obviously, right?
Don't we
No,
want
no
to provide a free service for those in need?
Yes, also.
No, but there
We
could be
do.
like if somebody feels like, okay, good, well, I feel like you really helped me, you should say no.
Okay. Now we'll have a donation jar. We'll pass it around the internet. See what we collect.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to scroll down here a little bit because
Too many reviews?
People haven't been leaving reviews. The last review we got was on October 31st.
Now, if you can find time to review Survivor Amazon DVD set on Amazon, you would think that some listeners could take the time to review this podcast.
Maybe we could hire some kids in Macedonia to review it for us.
Right.
Get it rolling again.
We need verified listens.
Okay, here we go. Oh, man. Okay, I'm just going to choose one here. This is an older one, so,
Not
Understood.
exciting. We get it.
Oh, damn it.
What?
I already read that one.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe
That's fine.
Tyson, why don't you make up your own? Why don't you just start making fake reviews?
I did. I was one of the first people to review this thing already.
Mm-hmm.
So I could click all the way down.
What'd you say? Goat? I podcasted this mofo?
Yeah, probably. Okay. Goat, 5 stars by Tyson Apostle. Nope. By T Apostle. Nope. By Tyson A. I podcasted this mofo. 5 stars.
Wow, great job.
There we go.
That's a good review.
Yeah.
And honest.
Okay.
And very honest.
Couple of quick
Rob, why aren't we
things.
getting reviews anymore?
Maybe it's Thanksgiving. Maybe people were busy trying to buy
Or
like
everybody who listens to the show has already rated our podcast and it's only 136 people.
I don't know. I guess
Sounds
it's
like
possible.
it's not
The people that care. The people that care. Here's what some people are saying. I had asked, do you like the new name for the Danny's segment, the backseat browsing? Ben King says, why not backseat bolt hole?
Backseat bolt holing?
What about backdoor bolt hole?
Yeah. Kevin Severino says, I say stick with bolt hole.
Okay.
Okay. Then also Kevin says maybe change the name of the podcast to Allegedly. I think that's already a thing. Yes. Okay. And Joseph is also saying that I feel like that I can see the headlines of the New York Times tomorrow. Millennials are ruining the news. So those 16-year-olds are not millennials. They are Gen Z.
Oh.
Gen
that
Z.
doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
The people have spoken. Let's just keep it bolt hole.
Gen Z is making all the news that Gen X is forwarding around, and the boomers.
Yeah, the boomers.
Boomers. All right. Great stuff. What's the hashtag today, Danny? Backseat browsing?
No. I thought we had something better earlier on.
What was it?
Let me cruise the story.
Mansplaining?
No, don't get us in trouble with the woman's plan.
No. Let's see. The Japanese reindeer pizza.
Yeah.
Japanese reindeer pizza?
Well, I was just
That'd
giving
be
you
terrible.
the notes of that article.
Yeah.
I don't know. I swear we had something. I like right at the beginning.
We always have something.
I know. Why don't we write them down? Why don't we have a scribe?
Sometimes we do.
Yeah,
we
most
need
times we don't.
scribes.
All right. So
Can't we refer to the listeners? The listeners usually have the good hashtags.
they have
Come on,
the good
listeners.
hashtags. I only
us
saw
something.
Rob has a gerbil, which is not a good hashtag.
Richard Gere would be mad.
Yes.
That's my story.
Yes.
Rob has a journal.
That's the only one. That's the only one I've seen so far. All right. So 1 week from today, we'll be back. Our first News AF of December. This is from Ben King. Environmental terrorists. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, I said beavers were environmental terrorists.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. That's
Rodent
not bad.
hierarchy. What about rodent hierarchy
rodent hierarchy.
or rodent totem pole? Either
Rodent-
one.
Rodent totem pole. I say that pick your poison. Pick whatever one you like the best.
Let's
and
do
let us know.
backseat browsing.
Backseat browsing. That's the
Let's stick with
cleanest.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
clean.
You got to give people one that they can spell and remember. All right. Great job by Danny Bryson at Danny Bryson on Twitter. Tyson is at Tyson Apostle. Thanks so much to Scott St. Pierre behind the scenes on the edit, and also News AF intern Lita, who the unsung hero of getting all these stories ready for us every single week. Great job by News AF intern Lita.
Thank you, Lita.
Yes. All right. Great job, everybody. We'll talk to you again next week. Take care. Bye.
We did it.